Is Elon Musk's proposed hypersonic jet a reality? Is it possible to use it against Russia to prevent a third global war from erupting? Many individuals, including Elon Musk and the United States, feel Putin and Russia must be deposed. And one of the ways Elon Musk can do this is with his hypersonic jet. So, what exactly is this hypersonic jet? And how strong is it capable of putting Russia in its place? Join us as we take a look at the new hypersonic vehicle that the US plans to employ to fight Russia in today's video. Musk has demonstrated his support for Ukraine in its conflict with Russia through his tweets. Case in point, before the revelation of the United States hypersonic jet that would defeat Russia, Elon Musk had dared Russian President Vladimir Putin to a brawl to bring the Ukraine conflict to a conclusion. He tweeted, "I hereby challenge Vladimir Putin to single combat." Elon Musk has already dispatched Starlink devices to Ukraine to maintain internet connectivity. Ukrainian Prime Minister Mykhailo Fedor turned to Twitter following Russia's incursion, which began in late February, to request that Musk enable his Starlink satellites for use in Ukraine. The Starlink satellites are designed to bring the internet to underserved areas remote from major cities. Could Russia, in its quest for victory, use these satellites to strike Ukraine? Russia is attempting to damage Ukrainian facilities, including electricity and internet connections. This may probably mean that Russian forces could attack Starlink transmission dishes. Musk also expressed concern that the Russian military would attack Starlink satellites to impair internet connectivity in Ukraine. Despite the fact that Musk and the United States support Ukraine, the hypersonic is not being created to be given to Ukraine in order to destroy Russia. No, they want to serve their nation and become the most sophisticated military power globally. And to achieve this, the U.S. Air Force has a hypersonic development program known as Project Mayhem. Stay with us as we go over this topic further in-depth later in this video. The advancement of hypersonics has been progressing for generations worldwide, and the U.S. Department of Defense has designated hypersonics as a top mission focus. The United States, Russia, and China are all developing hypersonic technology for military goals. According to news reports, hypersonic flights are distinguished from others by their great speed. It has a speed of at least 4 times that of sound. It passes through the atmosphere at speeds of around 90 kilometers per second over Mach 5. A hypersonic plane might minimize the 23-hour journey time between Sydney and London to only 2 hours. So, what exactly is the U.S. Project Mayhem? Current tests of the U.S. Air Force's most recent hypersonic development program, dubbed Project Mayhem, have opened up an important path for the development of hypersonic aircraft, both military and commercial. The project falls under the auspices of the Air Force Research Laboratory. The U.S. Air Force is keeping new information under wraps, which is understandable given that disclosing knowledge about any military weapon development puts the service at the mercy of its adversaries. According to sources, it will have a modular experimental design that can be modified to carry one of 2 types of warheads for combat missions or a sensor package to facilitate responsive intelligence, tracking, and recon. By the way, have any of the other countries that have shown an interest in creating or using hypersonic jets done so? Hold on to your seats because we'll be revealing this shortly in the video. Before continuing with this video, please subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on future content like this. China has reported the successful test of its first hypersonic aircraft, the Xingkong 2 or Starry Sky 2, which is capable of carrying nuclear bombs and piercing current anti-missile defense mechanisms. It flew by itself, executed large angle twisting maneuvers, and landed precisely where it was supposed to. Russia also claims to have employed hypersonic missiles twice in Ukraine. This is not just a hint that Russia's military is turning to more deadly arms, but it's also a chance for Russia to flaunt weapons that it claims to have been in preparation for several years. The Russian Defense Ministry announced the deployment of Kinzhal hypersonic aeroballistic missiles in Delyatyn, western Ukraine, to annihilate a vast subterranean storehouse of Ukrainian weapons and aircraft ammunition. Secondly, they claimed the Kinzhal hypersonic missile had destroyed a big Ukrainian fuel and lubricant storehouse in the Mykhailo zone. For CNN, after Russia was alleged to have deployed its hypersonic missile. The U.S. successfully tested a hypersonic missile in the middle of March, but did not mention it for 2 weeks. The reason was to avoid escalating hostilities with Russia as President Joe Biden prepared to fly to Europe for a NATO ally's visit, which included a stop in Poland where he met with Ukraine's foreign and defense ministers. The United States not only has Elon Musk's backing, but it is also collaborating with Australia on the Hypersonic International Flight Research Experimentation Program, which has already seen some successful hypersonic missions. Although hypersonic flying would most certainly be prohibitively costly, the capabilities that may be developed are interesting. Monitoring systems moving at such speed might dispatch swiftly and evade notice, since radars would struggle to follow them. To elaborate, hypersonic drones might drop supplies to troops and essential humanitarian help to people, while hypersonic planes may swiftly dispatch elite warriors to another side of the globe during a battle. That's all we have for you in today's video. Do you believe that using hypersonic jets to fight Russia is the greatest option? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you again soon.